This is whoever it is. But with that nigga nose, it can only be niggas. Why would somebody vandalize a whole face and only vandalize one part? Nobody wanted to knock an eye off or take an ear off or no chins missing. Nope, just the nose. Why do
Just the nose. Man, that's crazy. I don't know how that popped up on the TikTok algorithm, but it was intense.
Go with it. Let's go with it.
I was like, holy shit.
You know what, we crack babies because we born in the 80s, that ADHD crazy.
Welcome back to another episode of Podding Through Trauma. We are here. I am Fat Liver Jones. She is
Tracy Renee Jones.
We are the Joneses. No relation.
Not
Yeah, no, thank you guys for joining us. This is cool. Tracy, how you feel?
I feel footloose and fancy free. I don't know. That's the saying.
Was that like a tongue twister or something? What you out here?
No, feeling footloose and fancy free. It's like saying you feeling good, like you're feeling groovy.
Okay. All right.
I'm feeling groovy.
Nice.
I just got finished consuming God's lettuce, the devil's lettuce.
I say it's God's lettuce. Yeah.
If God made everything, then He put it in the ground for me.
Right. And why would He make that for the devil? Like, why would the devil get to celebrate that one? Like, nah, B, you gotta find something else.
The devil don't get to be chilling and becoming one with his thoughts.
Nah, fuck that. You got to work for this, B.
Yeah, God's lettuce.
God's lettuce. I like that. Okay.
How are you, sir?
I'm good. I can't complain. Got me an espresso going. So they got this different types, right? We talked about this last time. They got their own little special pods or whatever. But this one is Ethiopian coffee. How fancy is that? Yeah, they got Ethiopian, El Salvadorian. I got that one. So those two, and then I got the other joints that make like espresso shots. But these ones are actually like full cups of coffee, to where as though you can actually enjoy coffee that's allegedly from there. I don't know. Hopefully Nespresso isn't out here, selling fugazi coffee and trying to label it or something. But they all taste different. So I don't think that, but they could be running a scam on me. But hopefully it's actually from Ethiopia, so I can feel like I'm, tapping into the homeland some,
I say becoming one with your people.
Becoming one with the peoples. Shit. Speaking of becoming one with the people, there is this video. Did you see this damn tweet today? The motherfucker smoking dope online.
Yes.
That shit is insane. I'm gonna send it.
And they were like, "We could see you."
Yeah, but I'm still confused because I'm like, who in their right mind gets online and smokes like heroin? Like not weed, but actual heroin. Like who? And then the motherfucker had the thing was, they, I guess, made it a quotation. Like the nigga act like he was really doing something, and I just was kind of disturbed by it, because I was like, what the fuck is going on here? Like, yeah, so they say, people out here, this is part, I guess, is this engagement, farm engagement, like engagement farming? Like, because I have no idea. Like, the nigga's literally, hold on,
it's so illogical, you're like, it gotta be on purpose. But then you have to remember, people are that dumb.
I don't know, check this out.
Heaven.
Yeah, so hold on. The nigga smokes it off the thing first. He takes a huge hit.
I hear.
Heaven.
What the fuck? Jesus Christ. Heaven. I'm sorry. I should not laugh. I'm sorry. I'm foul. All right. Listen, I don't know. What the fuck is going on in the world? Since when did people start doing heroin like out in public? I thought that was a drug you did. Yeah, like you're supposed to be hiding doing that shit. Nobody should see you. Like we see you leaning, so we already know what you want, but we don't need to see you smoking it, especially on social media.
Like it's supposed to be like a neighborhood house there.
Yeah. What happened to the dope houses? Y'all go in there and everybody. Yeah. Shout out to The
Your
Wire.
friends and colleagues are in there getting their hit on.
But son is sitting in his car. That's another danger. So you're getting high. You're doing heroin and you're driving. Like last time I checked, heroin makes you nod off.
Yeah.
Who the fuck? Oh my god, this kid needs his ass whooped. If y'all know who this person is, or if you find them, I'm not going to give y'all the social media tag because I don't believe in doxing people. But if y'all know that person, because I'm sure you've probably seen it by now too. So yeah, get them some help.
Call
Or
311.
yeah, or just take their license away or their keys. Like fuck, it's like if you see a person drinking, you take the keys from them. You be like, all right, you had too many. Like I ain't gonna ruin your night, but let me get those keys. Like what the hell happened to being responsible?
What happened to shame?
Yeah, we do need to bring back shaming. Like it's they made it such a bad thing. If you shame somebody, you're a bad person. It's like, I mean, slut shaming's not a all right. I understand that. Don't hate on the hoes. The hoes are fun. Like like.
And you need people to be a hoe, so you can't be an individual hoe.
Exactly.
It
So
involves society.
exactly. So just let hoes be hoes and don't slut shame people. But if your girl out here wilding, then you just pull her to the side and talk to her. But if you're doing dope in the open, we need to shame you. You need to literally shame this person and be like, dude,
We gotta
go
do you like
into
we gotta do like
hiding.
Cersei and walk you down the street. We gotta walk you
Yeah.
down the middle of the street and throw shit at you like Cersei, cut your hair off.
Yeah, fucking bums. Like this
You
is
butt naked.
insane. That like
That happens too. The drug addicts be butt naked.
have them out here looking crazy. I mean, because it only makes sense. If you ask me, it only makes sense because it's like that's something that we should not be seeing. I know people, let people be who they are, but you still need to be in the closet if you're doing dope. Like nobody needs to see that. Like at least and I mean, shit, cokeheads, they be in the bathroom or they should be. Like people who have their
That's where they go. Everybody got at different parts of the house.
Exactly.
So why don't you go there?
Yeah, go up to the attic and hide in the corner somewhere. We don't need to see you in your car on social media. Like that is fucked up, and that also lets me know that that's a young person, which is even more scarier because I thought that and this is probably ignorant on my end, but I thought dope heads were a certain age. Like it was like you don't, you know what I'm saying? Like you had to be. You know how you
Ain't
got to
y'all
be
Vietnam vets? Ain't
right,
y'all,
exactly.
Like World War II people or
something? Like you got to been through something. You shouldn't be like looking. You don't even have facial hair and you're getting high on dope. Like that's insane
you
to me.
upset over algebra.
Yeah,
you out here
like what the
escaping
fuck?
into a bag of dope.
Yeah, it's sad, and I get it. Like it's all tied into mental health, which is what our show today is about. But that's still, you can self-medicate. All I'm saying is just do it in private. Like it should not be online. Like because here's the thing, I don't believe in telling people what to do, except not getting high in the public. Like we don't need to see that. Like that's just too much, buddy. Like come on, shit.
Well, that is the whole thing about the in public shit, like the crack 90s.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody was everywhere. You got to step over motherfuckers, and it was like a personal thing somewhere. You go get high somewhere behind closed doors. It was a secret and whatever. But man, the crack 90s, everywhere. You gotta step over people. You gotta fight crackheads.
Yeah, crack.
You gotta like push them out the way. They trying to sell you their baby one pamper. They trying to sell one pamper to you.
One pamper, like at least come with a pack. What the fuck am I gonna do with one pamper?
Yo, they would be outside with like an empty salt shaker. They
were trying to sell anything. That's what they mean by sell the entire house. It's so funny because they always try to compare Snowfall to The Wire, but it's like they're literally two different generations. So it's like both shows were great, except I didn't like the way it ended. I feel like Franklin should have got his money and just went off into paradise. But it's like clearly
we could have all put 5 on it.
We could have got him his money. Yeah, like what's up? But that's not how the world works. Apparently, whatever. That's bullshit. It's a fucking TV show. It shouldn't be how the world works. The
I
thing
want a happy
about
ending to the drug dealer that killed like 5 million people.
Exactly.
Introducing fucking crack.
People should. I mean, there should be it. You should be able to get a happy ending. Like shit. Yeah, it's fucked up. He ruined a bunch of lives, but it was a purpose. But anyway, one of the episodes, the girl like the father literally had to chain the girl into the house because she was selling everything. Like, it was insane. And it was like, it was fucked up. And I guess that's where everybody was like, see, no, he doesn't deserve it. Because look what he did to the pretty girl next door. She was just bad news from the beginning. Her dad's a cop. Like, the shit was all crazy. But anyway, I have not been binge watching any TV shows like that. Not on social media. You know what I have been watching in between is Kendra G. You ever seen her singles live show, live singles or whatever the hell it's called?
Yeah.
That shit is hilarious.
It showed me, and I'd be like, I don't know what's going on.
No, that shit is hilarious. It might as well be a therapy show. Like, because the people that come on there with the requests and the things that they want, and one of the episodes was a girl on there saying that she wasn't married, but then her they weren't even fully divorced, but her ex-husband came on and called out all her lies, and then she came back and tried to rebuttal all her shit, but she just wouldn't own up to it. He was like, yeah, man, she had her body done like 3 times, yo. She talk about something that's all natural. And the girl was like, I never said that I did not have some work done. It was like, yo, this shit is hilarious. And I just don't understand. Like, the dating game is insanely gross right now. Insanely.
I couldn't. I'm recycling niggas. I'm
You at that point? I like that. That is hilarious.
I'm dead ass recycling niggas.
I mean, better the devil you know than I guess, right? Ain't that how it go?
That's what they say.
Yeah, the devil
I'll
you
tell
know.
you one thing I don't know. What my special Twitter close to my heart from this week was that New Yorkers in the Bronx are trying to figure out what's going on with them with the grilled rat.
Oh, yo, I did see
At
that.
the little cart, you got the little cart joints.
And they grilling
with the
rat.
fricasseed rat with the sazon on it and some and get you a nice little horchata on the side. I don't know what's going on.
I don't either. So that shit did go viral, which is kind of a double entendre. Street rats going viral. Whatever.
I mean,
anyway, yeah, no, I did see that. That's fucking gross and horrendous. And how is that even legal? I think I saw one where they was cooking pigeon too, right?
I think you can cook whatever.
First
I don't
of
think
all,
there's a law against consuming it.
What the fuck?
There's a law against
be
selling it.
That is gross. I don't see PETA fighting for the rats though. You know, that's funny as shit. Like, you don't see PETA out here. Yeah, they don't care. Rats are dirty though. That's why PETA's like, yeah. You think rats are like the niggas of the animal community? That's fucked up.
Well, I think.
Sorry.
I do. But minks and all that, raccoons and all that. It's just like a rat with a cute tail.
Yeah, those things are gross.
Like the same animal.
The motherfuckers got thumbs though. That's fucking weird. Raccoons are just gross. Yeah. Listen, man.
Chinchillas?
No, raccoons. Raccoons got thumbs.
Oh, raccoons are cute and fluffy.
No, they are not. Them little things, they just look sketchy. It might be the black around their eyes. They just look like they up to some shady shit. Even though they might just be minding their business, they still look shady. Like,
they be shifty as hell.
Yeah.
They always be looking around and shit like they did something. Like,
yeah, fucking tweakers.
Somebody gonna run down on you.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Take your ass back in the house or hut. I remember there was one that lived in the yeah, they do live in trees. They lived in the neighbor's tree in the backyard. And I remember it used to come and get in the trash. And I had the fucking dog spray from the post office. I sprayed that motherfucker. He looked up at me. I just kept walking along the fence like, motherfucker.
Not the thug fizzle.
Yeah, he didn't scurry along or nothing. He looked up, he was like, motherfucker, and just kept walking. And I just was like, all right, I'm taking my ass back in the house then, I guess. Because if this don't run them off, like, I ain't got no ratchet right now, so.
I'll fuck with a squirrel, opossums.
Oh, those things are gross looking.
Them shits is crazy.
Yeah.
I got 2 possums. I got 3 possum stories. Jersey's a garden state, so you never know.
Yeah, that's what they call it. That's why they call it the garden state.
There's bear. Yeah, we got brown bears out there now coming down.
No, black.
Oh.
Yeah, no, the brown bears are Midwest, a little higher altitude. Yeah, they don't
We
fuck
got
with
the
us down here.
original man,
Yeah, right.
original man bears. We got
Black bears.
OGs
Yep,
Africa.
the OG bears.
What is your guilty pleasure this week?
Oh, I just told you, Kendra G. And
Oh,
in
what's
between,
mine?
yeah.
What have I been doing guilty pleasure? I've been buying ice cream and eating it, which
Mm,
you should do this both at the same time. It's just
yeah.
I love ice cream, so I don't buy ice cream because I love ice cream.
Ice cream's all right. Should
And I've been
just,
deciding because Instacart suggested that I should buy some, so I did. Talenti, which is kind of expensive,
yeah.
but it tastes good
That
though.
that's the good stuff. I don't, my wife bought some ice cream a while ago. I had it for like 2 days, and then I was like, oh,
No,
I don't know. See, ice cream is like one of those things too, but also I'm like weird with different sugars. Like I can only do like certain times. Like it got to be sour candy, can't be too sweet.
oh,
You know what I'm saying? And it's like
it
ice
always
cream
must
is
be
one of those
special,
things.
yo.
Nah, I don't know. What's your favorite ice cream then?
Anything with like a bunch of mess in it. Just
Nah.
anything. Don't give me cherry. Don't give me strawberry. And I'll fight you if you give me coffee flavored ice cream. It's the nastiest shit ever. And I love coffee, but don't give me coffee flavored ice
I
cream.
don't like anything mint and chocolate. I think that's the worst combination ever.
Get out my house.
Damn,
Get
we
out my
can't be
house.
friends.
Talking slander.
Fuck that. That shit is
Mint and chocolate.
horrendous.
That's the best
Yes.
thing ever.
I
What are
don't
you talking
understand
about?
how. It's like eating a Snicker and toothpaste. Like it's fucking
Oh,
gross.
why you say it like that?
Cause that's what it tastes like.
That's not what it. Now it's gonna be in my head. And I can't eat
Exactly.
it
You're
no more.
welcome. You're welcome.
That's what friends are for. Didn't I say I eating too much ice cream?
Yeah.
Yeah, my brother fixed it for me.
Well,
Thank
I've
you.
been
Thank you.
I've been eating too much avocado.
How you get no avocado habit? Like,
Well, cause here's the thing, right? So doctor said my cholesterol was a little high, right? He said it wasn't too bad. Like, but you got to watch out. So I was like, all right, well, what if I eat avocado with every meal? You know what I'm saying? Just throw an avocado in there with every meal, breakfast, lunch, dinner. Maybe that'll help balance it out. Somebody was like oatmeal, but then they didn't specify if I could have like apple cinnamon oatmeal or if I got to have plain oatmeal. And so I'm just sticking with the avocado right now. But yeah, I've been overindulging in that.
and you know you have. That's the funny shit. You because you take something and you go to the fucking the thousandth power with it,
That
and
is
you know,
me.
yeah.
I overdo everything.
I'm laughing harder. I'm laughing harder.
Yeah.
I'm laughing harder because this cat don't eat no fucking sugar. I don't like doing so and so because my skin, and he got all these little rules and situations going on. And this nigga plopped the fuck down, whipped out a fucking orange soda, and he had sour worms.
Oh, that's a weird
And he
combination though.
a big ass bag of sour worms. And he was fucking them up, and I'm sitting. He was like, "You want some?" I was like, "No, I'm just you ain't never eat candy before. Like, what's going on?"
Everybody got that one candy that they go to. I'm like a Sour Patch guy. I'll eat a bag of Sour Patch Kids like it's nothing.
Sour Patch peppermints and the
Who the
sour
fuck eats
worms.
peppermints as a candy?
He eats them shits like a
That's
fat
some
kid.
old
Like I
people
be
shit,
hearing I
yo.
be hearing the paper rattling. Like he eat them shits when he's like he laying down going to sleep. I was like,
Nah,
who the
that's
fuck eats
crazy.
peppermint on their way to sleep?
You
Like what are
can't
you
eat peppermint. Nah, you can't. Like that's not. It's not
I
a
heard the little
candy.
little paper.
That's one of those things you pop in your mouth before an interview or something. Like it's not to indulge in. But
Nah,
I guess most people don't eat candy like I eat candy, so they wouldn't overdo it with the. But peppermints, they're not even. They're like a one and done. Like I wouldn't even. And I got
that
to be
was his
like
thing.
damn near deathly to like enjoy a peppermint on some like casual shit.
And then he went to the sour things.
Mm.
But that's only when I realized he going through something. So then he whip out
Ah.
all the vices. That's his vices.
Oh. Well, hey, listen. Those aren't bad vices to have. There's way worse things, and
There's
like
way
I
worse
know,
things.
there's way worse things
I
that could be
appreciate
your
him day by
vice.
day because I'm like, if this the shit I have to complain about, like I'll take him. Like
Yeah,
he's good. He's good. And overdoing shit.
yeah,
When you just said overdoing shit, well, nah, because I can't because this right here. So I haven't for the last
right.
18 days, and I'm planning on going until July, and then and I'm like, fuck.
That's dope. That's real dope.
Yeah.
Hey, man. Hell yeah. Shout out to that. At least having some discipline. Fuck that. Listen, I know me. If I be like, yeah, I'm gonna have one more beer. That one more beer be like 3 beers later. Be like, what the fuck? I thought I was only gonna have 3. Now I didn't have 5. And it's like,
And he said I stopped doing X, Y, and Z.
yeah.
Nah, back in the, he's like, nah, not too long ago, I was just doing and then doing and then doing some more and then doing some more. And I didn't sleep and I was real skinny.
Oh damn, yeah, that's crazy. Definitely don't want to be extra skinny out here. But
being able to stop and start some shit is a good talent, though.
it is. It is. It is. I appreciate people that can actually stop things. Like I mean, I've stopped things too. Like, you know, shit. Like
Stopped a lot of things.
yeah. Like I've been, you know, so I can. It's doable. Like I'm not saying it's just. It's very. You know, the craziest thing, the hardest thing to stop doing for me was smoking cigarettes. That shit was like so addictive, and I didn't enjoy the taste of cigarettes. It was just the feeling that you would get. You know, you'd be like a little dizziness sometimes if you smoke too much, too fast. You get a little nauseous. Like that shit was crazy, but it was like just being addictive. And you had the first one in the morning, and you damn near go blind because all your fucking senses are just shot up through the ceiling. You're like, whoa, what the fuck was that? But yeah, no, that was hard to do. But when I made the choice to stop doing it, I was able to like walk away from it completely. So I was happy with that.
Applause. Give yourself a round of applause, bro.
Thank you.
Yes, because you quit a few things.
Yeah.
You quit hard things too.
Yeah, I did. I stopped partying. I can't party like I used to. Nah, my body can't handle it no more. Like, it was fun. And then even after that, it was just like, there's nothing else to, like, it's you're either going to keep doing this and then it's going to be the end of you, because there's no end game to like partying, like party drugs. There's no end game to it. It's
ain't
like,
no healthy addiction at 80.
Yeah, nah, oh my God, that's so crazy being 80 on the Molly. You can't even grind your teeth no more. You just grinding your gums. Like, you just out here looking crazy.
You want to fuck on somebody, but your junk don't even work like that no more.
Yeah, nah, that never was my thing. Could never get high off drugs and have sex. My brain's too active for that shit. I'd be all over the place.
Yo, not that person.
Yeah, nah, man.
Trying to have a romantic night and this nigga want to get up and start Googling shit because he just had a epiphany.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly me. Like
2 a.m. and I'm trying to be naked.
It's like, nope. Nigga. Like, nah, you be all right. Like, I got something. This shit's been bothering me for the last 3 weeks. I finally came to the end of the road with it.
Oh, shit.
Yeah,
I had a couple of those, and I'll never again. I can't remember anybody's name because that was never again.
Yeah.
Never again.
Nah, the shit's. But once again, like I said, it's not something you can continue to do for the rest of your life. You're like, nah, this shit's over with. Like, it was fun while it lasted. Gotta go. Gotta move on. And that's, you know, and that was easy to do because it was like, yeah, the partying part was fun, but then the next day or after whatever, how many days it take you to come down, like after that, you're just sitting there like feeling like a piece of shit, like just gross and whatever. But I mean, self-medicating, man, we've all done it. Like I said, that's why don't do your dope outside. Okay, I think that's what this all came down to. So. All right, so this week we're going to discuss mental illnesses, different types of mental illnesses and things that, you know, maybe push people there. You know, we're going to unpack this, have a real conversation about it, because there are a lot of people out here that have in the last, I wouldn't say 10 years because motherfuckers just started going to see the therapist not that long ago. But within the last 6 to 7 years, something around there, right? Like, people have actually been talking about, like, openly talking about going to see therapists, working through their trauma, understanding triggers. It's like
quitting vices.
Yeah, quitting vices.
Like, self-medicating.
Yeah, like those type of things, and which I think is cool, especially within our community. But the fact that it's one of those things that is never really talked about enough. We just go through life thinking that things happen and that's the way it's supposed to be, and never understand why certain shit bother us or why, you know, certain smells might trigger you. You know, it's a lot of things. But one of the things that I do want to tell people to watch out for is the fake advocates, because there's a lot of people that are advocating for it, and I feel like they're not genuine. It might have started off genuine, but I don't think it at this point it's genuine. And I guess for me, the first fake advocate I would say put on a chopping block would probably be a Charlemagne the God. Now, the reason I say this is because we've watched, I mean, if you know Charlemagne, and most people, especially in the podcast realm, should know him, his career has been like a wild one. And everybody, you either loved him or hate him for the wild antics or whatever. But not that long ago, I can't really pinpoint it, what year. I mean, if I look back on it, I could. But I remember around the time that it happened, I think it was like probably 2016, 17, going into 18. Somewhere around there, he like had this deal with HBO on the table, right? And a lot of people don't know, like, because I had to go back and do the science. So he had this deal with HBO on the table, and it was like a big deal. I think this was before he had any of the extra shit going with the podcast. What the fuck is it? The podcast network that he's doing. But anyway, so he had this deal, and then the shit reemerged with the young girl from the Carolinas that he was allegedly brought up in the sexual assault thing. I don't really know too much about it. I know he wrote about it in the book, and then but the girl spoke, and it's weird shit. But it came and it went, right. It was like a whirlwind storm that his world just fucking collided. The HBO deal went away, and the nigga was quiet for a while. You know, there was cease and desist letters sent out, and then all of a sudden he started doing this mental health journey. And everybody was like, oh, shit, all right, yeah, you know. And he has such a loud voice that it became, you know, this big platform that he stood on. And now all of a sudden it doesn't seem like genuine to me. You know, he like pick and choose who he is okay for to put the mental health label on and be like, oh, you know, we got to take mental health seriously, right? For instance, Kanye West. A lot of people don't love Kanye West. Like, I've never been the biggest Kanye West fan. I would not say that, even though I like his last album a little bit. That Vultures thing is pretty cool, but that's neither here nor there. Kanye, when he was out here saying whatever he was saying, everybody kind of was like, oh yeah, the boy's crazy, blah blah blah, but nobody wanted to give him grace towards his mental illness, you know what I'm saying, which could be, and he said that, you know, whatever. Anyway, I don't know, it doesn't look right, you know, especially if you want to be Mr. Pro-Black and all of this shit. When it comes to another black man you don't like, you just kind of wipe it off to mental, or you don't even acknowledge the fact that he has mental illness.
No, it's too easy just to jump back on using it as a weapon
Mm-hmm.
and just disregard it, and then jump in with other people clowning him because it's the shit to do.
So it's like the bullying tactic, right? Like back in the day in school, motherfuckers find one dude, everybody got jokes on him, the dirty nigga in class, and everybody just make fun of him.
Ain't nobody wondering why.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody considering like what would make a person show up in their life like that.
Right. Like, you think anybody want to go to school smelling like piss or looking dirty? Like, nobody, I don't think anybody, even the laziest person in America, doesn't want to go outside looking like crap. You know?
Well, if you do, so, like, because there's a
that's
thing
a
where
mental health
boys
thing, right?
being dirty, girls being dirty, and they're in charge of their own hygiene at this point.
Right.
But all you can do is like remind them and buy soap, and you know it's available. You don't know if they go in there and cut the water on and just.
This is true too.
But their friends will know that they're not washing or they're not brushing their teeth, or because it's gonna come out and you're gonna get teased. But you have the ability to come back next day, and that shit never happens again. You can fix it. It's the kids that they can't, like, okay, you teased me now. You brought something to my attention. You shame the show. Shame. So now you shame me, and I'm going back to the same fucked up situation, and I'm gonna come back dirty tomorrow. And I'm gonna come back hungry tomorrow.
But
yeah.
wouldn't so even with the hunger thing, wouldn't that be tied into a mental illness? Because what would that be, like people who starve themselves or people who can't eat? Like, if you just broke and can't eat, then
you don't got your parents ain't got no food in the house. Your parents ain't got no food in the house. There's mothers that just don't cook. Like there was a video on Twitter, and they were like, "This is what she feeds her daughter," and it was like a little Debbie cake and like a juice box.
That's crazy.
And everybody was like, "Oh my God, she's a bad mother. Oh my God, like how could she?" Yada yada. And people was like, "Yo, that might be all she could afford."
Mm.
And they were like, "That could be all her child eats." Because if you have like, I think it's autism, ADHD, anything on the spectrum, you makes you have like uh certain specific things you like and don't like.
Mm.
So it's hard to get certain autistic kids to try other foods.
So should people mind their fucking business? I mean, that's kind of what that sounds like too. Like, but it's hard, right? It's a thin
That's
line.
kind of the option, yeah.
But it's a thin line though, because you don't know if the kid is being mistreated or if that's like some personal shit, right? Where, like you said, the kid only eats certain shit because of what
That's
their
yeah,
mental illness. Right.
That's their thing. They
It's
only
fucking
eat,
weird.
and you get that with kids. When kids start, you start introducing foods,
Right.
and they start talking. Certain motherfuckers don't like things that's not round.
Right.
So now you gotta cut round shapes out your bread, out your meat, out the cheese,
That's crazy.
out the peanut butter and jelly, and make them a round sandwich. I wouldn't eat the crust off of bread.
Oh, the crust. I don't like the end part, like the butt, like the that when you get
That
a
never
fresh
got in the
slice of.
conversation. That wasn't even part of the comment because nobody had the butt to the, like. What's wrong with the butt to the bread? So that's like
I don't know.
generally
It just
everybody's like,
didn't.
ew, the butt to the bread, ew. As if
Maybe.
it's not bread. Because I bust down the butt to the bread before
Oh,
when there was
shit.
only fucking 2 pieces of bread left in that bitch.
Hold
I've
up.
done that.
Maybe I'm on the spectrum. What the fuck? Because if I won't
yeah,
eat
bro.
it because it doesn't look symmetrical
You got isms.
to
You got
the
mad.
to
You got like a
the.
list of isms. Yeah,
Holy
come
shit.
join me on the bench. There's space for you.
That's space for you.
There's space for you. You know I'm gonna scoot over for you.
Holy shit. That's crazy. I never thought about that because I just was like, I don't like it. Like
You got mad isms.
even as a little kid, like when my grandmother would make me sandwiches for lunch, to take to school, I'd be like, I don't want that. And she like got to a point where she realized like I wouldn't even eat it. Like I would
You
take it
won't
off the
eat it.
sandwich.
Yeah, okay
Like,
then. Okay.
she
He's
was
about
like,
to starve because he
I ain't eating that shit.
he said he's like, I'm gonna be hungry
Yeah.
because fuck that square sandwich.
It's
Make
not
it
even
round.
square. It's like the bread don't match. Why this one look round and this one flat? Like the shit ain't right. They get the shit the fuck out of here.
You had to take the crust off the bread and you had to cut it in a triangle.
Mm,
God help you if you don't.
that's crazy. I did.
Now we're gonna go through it. Yeah.
The crust of the bread never bothered me. It's if the bread is too hard. Like I don't like the hard bread. Like that shit.
I don't like hard bread either.
Yeah, fuck that.
But these are all isms.
Yeah.
Kids have a texture issue, and that might be with clothing, or it might be with food textures. And when you hear people say they don't like food, listen for them saying that they don't like the texture of it, not the taste of it.
Right. And I hear that a lot too when people say. I think that's what most people's issue is with tomatoes, right? Because everybody I ask, they just expect. Because I'm like, how do you not like tomatoes? They're amazing. Most people are like, yeah, I don't like it. I don't like the way it feels. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, it's a texture issue. So that's like an ism. It's not a taste that you dislike. It's an ism about your physical interaction, engagement with the thing. I can't stand my socks rolling down my ankle.
So if the socks are falling, that shit's just mad uncomfortable.
I will fucking take my socks off and throw them bitches. I will stand barefoot in the middle of the street and pull off my sock because what are you doing right now?
Yeah, mad as hell at the sock. The sock, like, dude, I'm done here. I'm finished.
I can't do this. I can't fucking do this.
I've been holding on forever. Like I can't hold no more. Like
I have a meltdown. Like it's not like this is uncomfortable. I'll be like the fucking sock away from me.
Yeah.
And then I'm okay. That and tags to the back of my tags on shirts.
Yeah.
A certain type of tag in the back of my neck. Listen.
I mean, yeah, that's the same thing with me. It's uncomfortable. Like I don't like
I'm
that
about
shit.
to grab the gun. I'm about to grab the gun.
Get the ratchet. Fuck that. Everybody getting shot. Damn, over a tag in the clothes. That's crazy. Look, I'm not mad at that because I don't like tags either. But I do get it when people don't like certain shit. It's just growing up, like you said, sometimes it was never an option. You didn't get to say whether you wanted something or not. But looking back, there are a lot of kids like everybody don't like everything.
Yeah.
Like it's just not for it. Like, and I get it, like, I mean, but yeah, I don't know. I don't
And
like.
that would make you, when you got what you need to have the way it was supposed to be, didn't you feel much better?
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's part of nurturing your kid, would be listening to them, having likes and dislikes
Right.
from whatever reason, and trying to work with them. So yeah, little
And
girl
not
gonna
telling
have
them.
some little Debbie cakes and a juice box.
But that shit's mad unhealthy. It's like just
Mad unhealthy.
that's
Mad
why
unhealthy.
everybody was concerned. I don't think it had anything to do with listen, if you can't afford that, buy some fucking potatoes or something, like some chips, something. But I mean, yeah, processed food is just not good in general. But that also stems to what the parents introduce to the kid, right? Because kids only like what options they have to choose from.
Sometimes, but I've seen people with autistic kids that they had to stick to a very strict diet.
Mm.
Otherwise, the child won't eat it. Like when you're introducing foods, if your baby don't like peas, the baby don't like peas.
Yeah,
And y'all
peas are
gonna sit
weird.
here and you gonna keep putting peas in her mouth, and she gonna keep spitting them shits across the
But
table.
peas are weird. They are weird. Like green beans are good, and like when they're actually encased, but like the little individual ones, get them shits the fuck out of here.
I love peas.
Shits,
It could be
shits
any
is
food,
annoying.
but if your baby don't like it, all they can do is spit it out. But you're gonna sit here and keep putting it in their mouth, and they're gonna keep sitting here spitting the shit across the floor.
Yeah.
Instead of, okay, the baby don't like this. Let me try this.
Try
Let
something
me try
else.
that.
Right.
Let me try this until you get like the 5 foods that your picky ass kid will eat.
Yeah.
Versus, and it might be that unfortunate where all they eat is that 1, 2 things that they eat, or else your child gonna starve and die. Because I'm not eating it if you don't cut off the bread edges. I ain't gonna eat it.
Right.
If you give my friend Anthony a motherfucking a butt sandwich, a bread butt
Word.
sandwich, he
Shit
ain't gonna
hit the
fucking eat it.
fan. Like I'm gonna just look at this shit. Like, you hungry? Nope. Stomach growling
And
like a
stand on
motherfucker.
business.
Yup,
Stand on
standing on
business.
all that business. Like, nope. Fuck that.
So we don't know why people. We realize there's more to than what we think a situation is
Right.
when it comes to how people behave.
Yeah. So a lot of behavioral issues are tied to some sort of ism.
Ism.
Right. Because I mean, like, if you think about it, like a lot of it is passed down too, right? So is that like a genetic flaw in a sense, right? Because I know in like
The
a lot
isms are
of
pressed down.
right. So like in a lot of families, and I believe like because I remember I asked my aunt about this years ago, and I was like, like, is it in our family line? And she was like, listen, if there was something severely wrong with you, I like how she used the word severely too. Like you would have known by 25.
You ain't drooling, nigga. You
Right. But it's like, but a lot of it I tied to just unresolved trauma, years of self-medicating. So like, I mean, if you do enough fucking drugs, I remember one year I took fucking like Adderall for like 6 months straight. So it's like that shit does something to your psychosis too. Like it fucks you up, and it's like you really it's hard to get the balance back. You know what I'm saying? So you're going to have certain feelings in certain things because you kind of fucking fucked up your chi. You're sitting here taking something that ain't for you because it feels good. Like the Adderalls were fun. You fucking need to get something done. You take a couple of those, you be going for 3 days, and you're like, what the fuck happened?
Heard.
But they're not good because when you crash, then you're like, feel like shit. And you don't really have any motivation. You need time to bounce back and all of that stuff. So I think a lot of the issues that I did have that was making me question mental health, or if, I might have some genetic dysfunction, it was tied to me just doing drugs and, the depression and shit that I never really resolved. Because I think, like when I was 15, my aunt sent me to a therapist, like a psychotherapist. And it, like, if I actually took it seriously back then, it probably would have been good. But I was in there trolling this fucking lady. That poor English woman, she was like, she was trying her hardest too, just asking me questions. I was like, yeah, I hate everything. Fucking like, and at the point in time, I really didn't. I was just on some bullshit. I was just an angry teenage kid that, I didn't know I was angry because I really didn't. I mean, I guess I did have reasons, like, but they were nothing that I could be in control of, like wasn't my
It
fault.
wasn't in your conscious yet.
Right. And so, yeah, I didn't take the lady serious. It's like, and so I'm pretty sure she said that to him. Like, that's why I only had like maybe 6 sessions with the woman and just never saw
Yeah,
her
doctor
again.
be like, they on some bullshit. I
Yeah.
can't help him.
And so, but it wasn't until like later on when I really started going to see it, and I was like, I actually took it seriously. But even with taking that seriously, it's like I think I spent like 2 months trying to see if I could really trust this woman. You know what I'm saying? Meanwhile, it's like she's here to help me, but I don't understand that because I'm like, I don't really trust motherfuckers. So what's the point of talking to you?
That's an ism in and of itself. That's an ism in and of itself.
What, not trusting people?
Yep.
Hold up. So you mean to tell me we supposed to just trust people, like kind, carefree? I thought that's like an actual human thing to like protect yourself.
No.
No? Huh.
Not thinking you have to protect yourself against someone who has no reason to hurt you.
This is true, but you just never know. You just never know what somebody's motive is, I guess.
All that's a trauma response.
Damn. All right. Well, I mean, whatever. I'm still gonna always be that way. I just don't trust people, but I also have trust issues. So there's that.
Oh, I was waiting for that. Yes.
You're fucking welcome.
Oh, you tried it. You tried it.
Yeah, I did. I was like, hold up. Like, yeah, I do. And then I thought about it too.
Issues. You trust people when you trust people, except for I just have trust issues and I don't trust anybody. Okay. A round of applause for him. Yes.
Whatever, yeah. Whatever. It's the coffee. See, that Ethiopian coffee is bringing
the ancestors are talking.
The ancestors are talking through me. You know what I'm saying? They're living this. But I also did discover that I have separation. What is that one?
Separation anxiety?
No, not separation anxiety. When abandonment issues. That one. I got that one.
Yes.
Which, yeah, I mean, it makes sense. When I, like, the reason so that's one of those things, I guess, unpacking it, right? Whereas though you realize that this is why this happens. So you try to, it doesn't change how you feel about it, I guess.
Why are you? Why
right.
are you this way?
But it's like, at least I understand it to where as though it's like, all right. And then I am able to address the situation. I don't think I'll ever be able to understand just anxiety in general because it's like, you live in such a fucked up world. It's like, I guess if I don't watch TV, then I'm fucking ignorant to the shit that's going on. But if I'm too informed, then I'm paranoid and I'm out here in this world trying to navigate. It's like, even though I understand it, I don't think I'll never be able to be level-headed with it. Like, it's one of those things that, I mean, you can kind of control it, but you can't, if that makes sense.
Yes, you can address it. They teach you how to realize that you're in anxiety, then to address why you're in anxiety. It's related to something happening to you that is a reminder of something that's like in your wiring now. But you have to tell yourself that's not this. Because it's like natural reactions are hardwired into you just for survival. Like, it's not for you to think about. So you have it, and then there's a theme of we have adapted certain behaviors based on mass trauma coming from slaves. So they're saying that may be where, like, black people are scared of dogs. If dogs were used to hunt a motherfucker, you'd eventually, and maybe our DNA is learned it. Maybe we integrated that into our DNA to the point where randomly black people are just scared of dogs.
Right.
And certain things or practices, not being the street light thing. The street light thing has to do with people snatching up black people once the lights go out. So you're told to watch out for the street lights or whatever, or there ain't nothing good going on at night except for like people have these beliefs about it, which was based on our experience in this country, as opposed to just something internal about you. It could be either way, but this isn't that.
That makes sense.
And it could be a good thing too.
Yeah.
Yeah, your anxiety would stop you from doing certain shit that it's It's there to protect you from dangerous situations.
That makes sense too, because being impulsive, the anxiety does kind of calm a lot of that shit down.
Oh
You
yeah.
like,
Oh baby.
like
I'd
yo,
love to, but I'm not right now because I should bust this bitch in the head with a brick,
like you
but
know
I'm not
what? Nah, I
because I
got on
want to
my
go home.
yeah, I got on my good clothes right now. You lucky. I just bought these. I don't want to crease them just yet. You
I don't want
lucky.
to have a big cellmate making me braid her hair. That's why.
That too. Gel
You
has
lucky.
always kept me. The fear of gel has always kept me out of a lot of situations, and also from hanging out with a lot of people. Like you know, you just hang out with certain people, you just this like weird feeling like, all right, this motherfucker's trouble. I'm gonna
Yeah.
just kindly dap up. All right, y'all have a good one. I'm out, and then you hear about some shit. It's like, yeah, that motherfucker was wilding.
They got the female version. She fine. She cool. She fine. I'm like, this bitch on like 100. Like your vibes is just weird to me.
Yeah,
You're weird to me. And then I go out with you and I realize that you know everybody. You got a big ass mouth. You very combative, and or you drink. Like that's something like watching out like the beginning of the night to the end of the night. Or you want a
oh
motherfucker to
yeah,
drink, and now you're gonna fight somebody
yeah. I
over
hate an
something.
angry drunk.
Like,
Just be
something
happy.
you gonna fight somebody over something. Like, oh, you one of them bitches. And I'm like, nah, man.
But then
Because
those are
one
the
night it's gonna
motherfuckers
be
that be
me.
going through shit.
One night it's gonna be me, and then what the fuck that look like?
Right.
Or you fuck with the wrong, like what you said, the fuck with the wrong person. Now y'all running.
Yep.
Now I'm saying this. This reminds me of three of my best friends got me some fucking way, and I'm like, why am I here right now? Why the fuck am I here right now? Because I'm running from niggas in a high speed car chase. True story. I'm running
Damn.
from motherfucker. I'm running from bitches chase us in the fucking streets of Brooklyn. True story. I got like a million of them. Where I'm somewhere like, why am I here right now with
Mm,
this crazy bitch?
that is
Because
hilarious. Yeah,
their
you
energy
gotta
is off
question
and
it.
they're too impulsive.
Yeah. No, I don't like that shit. Fuck that. Keep me out of it. I mean, I was never. I wouldn't say like there were. I probably had my moments where I was a angry drunk or whatever. But when I was like at my darkest, I was more trying to hurt myself, like not nobody else. Like I was still nice to everybody else, but I was more or less like super self destructive and shit. So that was like what woke me up out of it because I was like, damn. So I'm either hurt myself or hurt somebody else, and then that's going to put me into more of a darker hole. So like, yeah, then when I finally decided to get help, though, it was like the shit was scary. Like when you realize like how dangerous you can be to yourself. It's like, I mean,
Yeah, babe. I didn't know what to do with them stories. I was like, you did what? But I can't be like, what the fuck would you? Because you're not thinking.
yeah,
And I've always known you to be. Like, we got stories. We
yep,
got stories. So that ain't nothing new. But then I ain't no better. So we could go story for story.
yeah. It goes story for story. I mean, which is dope because I think it was last month. I've been keeping an audio journal, right? And I started it the top of the year. Or no, I started it February. I wanted to do it top of the year, but I didn't really get started to February. So I did February, I did March. And one of the things I realized one day was like I had made 6 years since I tried to unalive myself, right? And I did a whole like journal about it. And then I realized like in the middle of this journal that I really haven't talked like even with myself about it, because I'm
Mhm.
saying it out loud and I'm like just thinking to myself like, damn, I never really talked to myself about it. I've talked to therapists about it. I've talked to people about it. And I felt like, oh yeah, like it's good. But then I thought about like how long it's been. And I was like, holy shit. Like it really made me cry. And like, I was like really like just super emotional, but it felt good to really speak on it and hear myself say it to where as though it's like, hold up, that really did happen. And I
That
was
was
like,
a fact.
yeah,
Yeah.
that was something that happened. And I actually, because when I thought back, I was like, I remember the day, I remember the feeling, I remember all of that shit. And then just to think of where I'm at now, which is pretty much what everything that I did want out of life, I actually ended up getting it, but I had to bring myself out of that spot. And it was a dope one. Like I talked to my daughter that day, we had a good conversation. I just was like reflecting on life. But yeah, when I think back to that shit, it's like it's really, really, really scary how like deep you can go into your own mind. And that's like I said, without having that quote unquote genetic flaw, which they might be lying. Like I said, she said if you had any severe issues, you wouldn't. I'm like, what's severe? What the fuck you mean severe? Like, yeah, I ain't
What's your
drooling.
fucking definition of
Yeah,
severe, boo?
it's
Because I
like,
got
but
I got some stories.
yeah, because sometimes I be thinking and like I don't know why my brain just be like it's just super active and it's like that shit in itself is a ism, right?
Yes.
Like that should be like and I remember what was it a couple nights ago I'm saying it telling my wife because she was like the way she we were talking about dreams or whatever and I was like how you let your dreams scare you, right? Because I'm like dreams are like one of those things where you should know you're in a dream unless it's like super vivid. But even then, like you should still be like I told her like, look, if I get worried that I'm too far into a dream or something, I try to do something that I really couldn't do in real life and see what happens. Like be like, all right, well, I'm not supposed to be here. Let's see if I can put
I'm
my
gonna let
body
you finish. I'm gonna
right.
let you finish, and I'm gonna hit you in the head with something.
I'm
Go
a
ahead.
I'm gonna put my body over here and then it's like all right it happens and like now I'm like all right I'm in a happier space mentally I guess but I was like I've always done that. I was like I don't know if that's but go ahead hit me what you got Tracy.
My grandmother taught me to do the same thing when I was a kid. I'd have bad nightmares, and she told me that I'm in control of my nightmares, so I can change what's going on in my nightmare, and I can have anything happen that I want to have happen, and I don't have to be scared.
Yep.
Fast forward 40 years later, after I've studied psychology and researched and read all of these fucking things, do you realize what you just said was you're asleep? When you're asleep, you're supposed to be unconscious. You
Mm,
just said while you're asleep, another active part of your mind is able to control what's going on in your deep sleep,
right.
unconscious part of your mind.
Yeah, I
You're not
know.
supposed
That
to have
shit's
two parts
weird.
of your mind. You're not supposed to have two parts of your
That's
mind.
why so are you not? I thought
No,
that's how it works. So
no.
so what the hell's going on? So let me ask you this cuz I was even saying this too. I was like, well, maybe we're not really like maybe when we go to sleep in this body our freaking mind or soul goes somewhere else to say is a dream even real or is that like just a parallel universe somewhere?
That's a whole nother conversation.
You
But
know what
I
I'm
know
saying?
a lot of schizophrenic people
Oh shit.
have have the curiosity
They're going to commit me after
of
this podcast. Holy
them
shit.
experiencing something different in your subconscious mind than other people are, to the extent where is your subconscious mind actually a world in and of itself
Mm.
outside of you just sleeping, if that makes sense.
No, it does. I often
Because
wonder
they
that.
call it time travel. My brothers call it time travel.
Okay. That's what you
I
that's what we call it when you get blackout drunk and you don't remember what happened. But I
oh,
mean, same thing.
no, they call it time travel. Like in their dreams, they'll travel and they're like seeing things. I can do it. Then I started doing as like an adult. I started working out problems in my mind.
Mm,
And when my father died, I realized I could visit my father in my dreams
right.
just by being intentional on it. And then as I'm dreaming, I'm like having a conversation or we're riding in the car. And it's not really a memory of something that I
No,
remember
yeah,
that
it's like
happened.
a
It's a
real
whole new thing.
right. No, I've had that too. Like so shit within the last 10 years that happened. I remember one year it was I forget the first one, but it was somebody. Oh no, the first year it was this kid that I used to run around with, and he had died, right? But I had talked to him. I think I talked to him that Friday or that Thursday, one of the days before the weekend. And I think he died on either Sunday or Monday. But we were supposed to meet up on Tuesday or whatever. And I think Monday is when I got the call, and the shit fucked me up because I was like, I was just talking to this motherfucker. Like, that's crazy. And so I think maybe a couple weeks go by, and like, shit still was like on my mind. I was like, damn, like, I don't know. It was just on my mind. And then like, it was like a dream, right? And I'm like, and it was kind of weird because I was like looking at him and he like is laughing at me. He's like, nah, he's like, it's cool. And I'm like, all right. I'm like, yo, you good? He's like, nah, I'm good. I was like, no, are you good? It was like, cause he was like, no, look, I'm good. And he like laughed and got out the car and like went on with it. I was like, holy shit. Like that was the first time, right? That I could vividly remember.
Hmm.
Second time was when my cousin passed away. Not my close cousin, but the year before him, another cousin of mine had passed away, and that we had just saw him like probably a couple months before or whatever, and I remember when he passed, I was just like so kind of perplexed by it because I think his sister was like looking for him, and like a week had went by or whatever, and they finally, I think he was in the morgue for like a week, and
No.
that shit like kind of freaked me out because I was like, I know like when you die or whatever, like, you know, your spirit goes away, but the fact that his body was there, it made it seem like my man was stuck in like purgatory for a week, you know, like to where as though nobody knew where he was, but he was out here trying to get himself home, you know what I'm saying? So that was all my mind kept conjuring up that entire week. And then when they put him in the ground, I think like maybe a week later, the man visited me in a dream, right? He was standing in my aunt's room talking to her. He was with some woman, but he had on his suit that he got buried in or whatever. And so he'd be like, I'm going to be right back. So he goes downstairs to the bathroom. And so I'm like, hold up. Like I said, I literally just saw them put him in the ground. I'm like, hold up now. So I go downstairs and I'm knocking on the door. He's like, hold up. I was like, nah, yo, you all right? He's like, yeah, I'm good, man. I was like, no, like, are you all right? Like, as I'm telling you this story, I'm getting goosebumps right now because the shit was so vivid. And he had this laugh that he did, right? And when he opened the door, it was this big, bright light. And, like, he gave me a hug. He was like, oh, you know, it's like, I'm good. He was like, thank you for being calm and, like, caring and all that stuff. And he let out his laugh. And when I woke up, it was, like, the weirdest, because I was like, holy shit. Like, that fucking scared the shit out of me. Like, but I wasn't, after that, like, I wasn't too concerned about him anymore. And then when my closest cousin passed away, I remember when he came to me in a dream, it was so weird because it was like we was just hanging out. It was like probably one of our, like, I guess, highlight moments from when we were like kids, but we were adults. But we were in the same spot. You know, it was like we was walking, I think it was summer school. The year we all had to go to summer school at fucking Weekway. And we're walking up the street. You know, we had just got our first check from White Castle. We had the gauze on and we walking up the street. And I'm like, but I'm an adult, and I'm looking at him, and he looking at me, and we just laughing. And I just remember feeling myself cry like in my sleep. And it was just, you know, it was one of those things. So said all that to say, dude, like I believe in time traveling or something.
Are you time traveling,
Or am I
just dreaming?
schizophrenic? Because now you just said schizos be like out here, yo, is this shit for real, son?
I won't say. I'll say it's like a fluid mind. You definitely, I do, you do, have the ability to do things with your mind that are not common to other people.
Mm.
I won't say what that means. Is this thing? It's just an ability.
Is it an ism?
It's a it's an ism.
Hmm.
We got a big pot of isms. They don't have full names. And there's no proof, no
But
test for it.
But there's something there, though. There's
it's a
something
thing.
to be said
Yeah,
for it.
it's a
Because,
thing.
like I said, I have no reason to, like, to make these things up. But it's like when certain events happen and then, like, certain things take place to where as though you see people and you're like, yo, I know you're not here, but you are here. So, and a lot of times it's just like there's no real, like, question, like, yo, what is it like over there? It's just on some old, like, yo, everything's good, you know, like, good to see you or whatever. And it's just, I don't know. I've always thought about
They
that,
came
though.
to tell you that they were okay.
Yeah,
And
for the most
because
part.
you're hurting,
Yeah,
and they came to tell you that you're okay.
they're,
And
they're
then
okay. Yeah.
after that they don't come back anymore.
Yeah, no. And that was like the weirdest shit ever. Because I was like,
Yeah.
it's like, holy fuck. But yeah, because after a while, now you're not even concerned. You're like, yo, all right, they're good. That's cool. Like, I'm not, you know,
They
but
left you in peace.
yeah.
My dad died when I was he died when I was 16. He was in the hospital. I thought he was coming home because I really don't know what's going on. He was diagnosed like Christmas.
Mm.
Then not even diagnosed maybe the summer prior, and then died September of the year I turned 16. So he was in the hospital off and on, but this was his last time, and I didn't realize it would be his last time home.
Mm.
So my phone rings at like 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, and well, the last time I saw him in person, they had him tied to the bed because he was trying to pull his tubes out.
Damn.
He wasn't. He was. He didn't want to be fed. He didn't want to be on his back. He didn't want to be in that sick. My dad was a man's man, like healthy, working.
Right.
Anybody who's like normal, and then you're injured a certain way, it's a mind fuck, because now your body is not your body. Your body doesn't work the same. So we were taught he couldn't speak anymore, and I came in the room. He asked for music, a radio for music, and I bought him balloons. And I was like, I got the radio for you, Daddy. And he couldn't. So they were like, my mother said he can't talk back. And I was like, oh, it's okay, Daddy. Something like, do you want the windows open? Get some sunlight, and we can go. And I'm just like chatty, chatty, chatty. And I had the balloons. I was like, see, I bought you balloons, your favorite color, and I'll put them right here. So now you have balloons, and you have the radio, and everything's gonna be all right. Like, you're okay. And I remember him walking, like, just watching me. And that was the last time I saw him conscious. I saw him again, and he was like passed out. He was unconscious. So then he passes away. Every night I had him in my dreams talking to me. He had a big reclining chair, and he had a footstool, and I used to sit next to the footstool and talk to him. I love my father. Stayed talking to him. That was like my best friend. So every night when I tried to go to sleep, he was in the chair smoking his pipe, not the pipe, a pipe. He smoked tobacco pipe.
I like how you got to clarify that.
I got to clarify that way. And he's just talking, and I wasn't talking back to him, but he was just talking. And I got no sleep. I didn't sleep for like a week. And one night, I sat in my bed, and I was like, Daddy, I know you weren't ready to go, but I'm going to be okay. You made me strong, and you made me smart, and I'm going to be okay. I can go on without you. Thank you. I didn't have any more dreams after that.
Wow. Yeah.
Then his
deep.
brother died, and it was the same shit. My uncle died like a year later, and I was like, oh my God. I felt like Whoopi Goldberg. Like, motherfuckers just stopping through, and like a line outside my bedroom door, and I'm really in here trying to get some sleep. I'm fucking exhausted.
Right.
He did the same shit, but he didn't stay as long. The sister lived with him. There was a life insurance policy, a conversation about how he wanted to be buried, what he wanted to have done, adequate money to do all that, and she had him cremated. So he was upset over being cremated, and something about there was money, more life insurance policies.
I mean, listen, I feel that though. Respect my goddamn wishes.
She kept all of the money.
Yeah, nah.
And I told my mother, I was like, yeah, Uncle Pee Wee came in a dream, and she would listen to me. And she said, what did he say? And I was like, he said something about money. He was mad about the money and something. And she was like, oh, yeah. He wasn't supposed to be cremated. He was supposed to be buried. So he left enough insurance policies to make sure X, Y, and Z happened. And I mentioned about extra money. And she was like, I know if he had one insurance policy, I'm positive that he left money for you. And he loved my little sister. Like, he stayed, like, that was his, like, homegirl.
Right.
He probably had an insurance policy for either me or her or my two cousins he took care of. They're not even my real cousins. I just called them my cousins. I don't know who kids these are, but he took care of them. So if you had life insurance policies, you'd have more money for whomever else. Our family that's what we did. That's what a lot of Black families did that's what it's for, having money after the case so you could take care of whatever you need to take care of. But when I said that about the life insurance and about the
she
he was
knew
mad
immediately.
he was mad about something.
Right. She
And
knew immediately what it was.
He wasn't supposed to be cremated. He was supposed to be buried.
My man was pissed off. Hey, yo, and another thing is, I respect that though.
Tracy, wake up.
Yeah. And another thing, back like I forgot something, because I did. Shit. No, I tell everybody this. They think I be joking, but like one of the things I tell people is like, listen, in my will is going to say if you put me in the goddamn old folks' home, I will hunt the shit out of you, purposely. Like, don't do that.
Die.
Yeah.
If you put me in fucking old, I'm gonna hurry up and
then
die.
I'm gonna be bothering all y'all until you die. Like, we just gonna be fucking miserable because I told you I don't want to go there. If somebody got to wipe my ass, y'all better fucking send me on my way because I refuse to go out like that.
Yeah, just take me to the mountaintop and give me a gun and walk away.
Exactly.
I want to see the sunset. Give me a gun and walk away.
Exactly. So.
And I'll have to come here and be fucking talking shit to you in your sleep.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna do shit in the daytime. I'm like fucking turn your wipers on while you driving. Like I am
petty.
gonna, yeah.
Oh God, you petty as hell.
I am. Turn the lights off in the house in the middle of the day. Like what the fuck?
Leave your water running.
Yeah. Not like running. It's gonna be a drip, like a slow drip. Like you gonna be pissed off. You'll be like, yo, but the shit ain't. I turned it off, but it isn't off.
That's all. Well, it's all mental. It's all mental, and there's like so much you can do as far as studying, like time travel, mindlessness, consciousness,
Right.
um, different type of thing. I was wondering, do the dreams have something to do with like your ancestors,
They might.
like passed through? Well, that's more conscious because if you notice, have you ever noticed that you have like an issue, something, and you come up with a solution super quick?
Yeah.
Why is that? Is the solution, they'll say that you think quick. Are you thinking quickly or are you able to access information that's already in your DNA based on the experience of somebody else?
That's a good point. I was about to say because I'm smart, nigga. Shit. But you have a very, very good point right there.
Like I can fix things quick. I can come up with tools quick. I can like take things apart quick, like how things work. I've always been like that. Then I did some genealogy search on my dad's side. My dad worked for General Motors. He works on cars now, restore. When I was a kid, I wanted to be a mechanic and restore old cars. My dad's retired now. He's a mechanic restoring old cars. That's a different story.
Right.
His father was a mechanic. His grandfather was a mechanic. And his great grandfather was a mechanic.
Oh shit.
So the ability for me to take things apart and put things back together as just like a compulsion, like as when I was a kid, I didn't want toys. I wanted clocks. I want a
you wanted to
clock.
see
I
how
want like
things
a
work.
machine. I want and take it apart. I tore up all my toys and tried to put it back together again. So that ability is in me, but it's in me based on DNA, and that's a type of skill that my family has. And my brother did the same thing. When I first talked to my natural brother, and we're full brother and sister by our parents.
Right.
He said, "Hey, do you like taking things apart? Like, do you like trying to see how things work?" First conversation, and my mouth dropped, and I was like, "Yeah." And he was like, "Oh, like my favorite thing was clocks. Always like people would bring me clocks. People would bring me like watches, clocks, like
Right.
when I was little." So, is some of the information that you're accessing in your subconscious actually experiences, information, and knowledge passed through you in your DNA?
That's a good point. I don't know. Now I'm confused. Now I'm like, shit. Have I been thinking for myself, or has somebody else been thinking for me now? Because now I got some questions. Because there's been some questionable things, but you know what I'm saying. And it's like when you make fucked up decisions, it's like, all right, is that what? So that's a lesson, or did I ignore the signs or something? You know what I'm saying?
Who knows? But I think some of it's not just you pulling out information from your immediate surroundings. A lot of it is just like subconscious information that just maybe comes out good and bad. It could be, you got an issue.
Yeah.
I think, and it came out. It could be you have a skill, a talent. Like people who are
Could be the
musically
impulse.
inclined usually come from people who are musically inclined. Like
Right.
having artistic ability, it's not just you; it's usually other people in your family.
Mm-hmm. It's a us thing. That's good
It's
though.
a
I
DNA
really never thought about that. Like I mean, I know they say like that's part of what I guess deja vu is about. It's some of that shit too, to where as though it's like something that has happened before, you've been here before, or somebody related to you maybe has been here before or in this same situation. So you're like, aha, this is how I figure it out, or this is how.
Could be.
Yeah, it could be. Because I mean, those moments feel weird as shit. Where you're like, this feels too familiar. And like that's kind of, if you weren't like in control of your emotions, you probably get freaked the fuck out and be like, why did I feel that? Like, just start like panicking and shit.
Yeah, I observe my mom, whatever the fuck it do, and I never know what it may do. It's
Yeah.
like it's an experience.
Yeah.
It's an adventure in the mind.
It is.
So we've had personal struggles.
Mm-hmm.
Some of it we're able to observe in people in our family.
Yep.
I want to know, why is it that religion seems to attract people who have the most isms going on? And those isms are normalized to the point where it's dismissed as normal.
Hmm. That's a good point.
Because you're telling me that you're speaking in tongues, or you're telling me angels talk to you. It's always angels or aliens, but angels talk to you.
Right. Which I feel
You
like it's like a
are
slap in the face. Don't insult my intelligence.
you're really believing that the story of whatever story was told to you in whatever church you're going to, because it's always variations of it.
Right.
People who are very peculiar behaving, but it's normalized in church.
Yeah. This is, yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't know. But see, my thing is this too, right? So I feel like religion was actually introduced to control people, right? Like you control the minds of people. You kind of use fear as a way to keep them in line. So yeah, they feel like
Mm-hmm.
if my kid has an issue, if my kid isn't acting like the Bible or whatever you read says they should act like, I guess you take them there and try to pray it away. Which I mean, I think religion in mental health is kind of like a fucking a scam, you know, like, or not a scam, but you know what I mean. Like they're scamming the
It's a
people,
it's a
trying to be
yeah.
like, we'll
It's
make them feel better, but you got to come here, you got to give your life to the Lord, and you know, be here, freaking however many days out the week, join, get baptized, all of these things, and then it's like you're as opposed to trying to understand why such and such acts this way or why such and such doesn't like these things, you're thinking, well, they're not normal. Like, no, they are. Like, what the fuck is normal? You know? Like, who the fuck it says what normal is? Oh, this Bible right here that somebody wrote million or thousands of years ago. Like, how the hell did these stories get passed down? Who is anybody fact checking any of this shit?
that
No.
got remixed and
Yeah.
deciphered from different languages and
Right.
like,
Because from my understanding, from what I understand, so the colonizers that came over here, they came over here because they didn't want to follow the Old Testament, right? Or
if
some
you watch the Tudors, that's what the Tudors is about.
okay, maybe I should get into that because I've been
The
watching
King James version of the Bible is because King James sat down with an eraser and a pen, and he remixed some shit.
and said, "This is what I don't like,
And because I'm the king, I'm also the god.
and this is what I say goes."
And he was also nutty as fuck. They figured that he may have been bipolar, because he would like, or something was wrong with him because he would like black out on people. Like he killed
Mm,
his best friend or some shit. And then
damn,
he was
that's
like, "Who
crazy.
killed my best friend? Who the fuck came in the castle?" And they was like, "You did, dude."
My
Like,
man
what
was
are you
drunk one night,
They
wild
was
out,
like, "Bro, you did it."
had
Like,
a
what the
little
fuck?
bit too much of that wine, whatever the fuck they was drinking
Ain't
back in the
nobody
day.
touching your homeboy. What the fuck is you
Right,
talking about?
you did
And
that shit.
so okay, now you got like some nutty person who's like getting power hungry, and he decided to remix the Bible. He did like the weirdest shit ever, and that Bible is the King James version that we have over here.
Which is
Certain
what they
people
brought
have.
over here and said, this is how we're going to freaking live. It's like, what the fuck is going on? Like, which is why I guess I've never really fell into any sort of like religion, like to actually follow it. Cause it's too many holes in these stories. I got too
I
many questions.
can't.
And it's like, I don't know if I could be that committed to like just one group. Like, hold on, man. Like, it's
I
too
had
many.
somebody like, "Well, don't you believe?" I was like, "Oh, I don't believe in God." I was like, "I don't believe in God. I'm an atheist." Like, I don't know.
Right.
Oh, well, didn't your foster parents teach you about Jesus? And I looked, and I had to, like what you say about answering the question versus answering it the way other people won't feel like offended.
Right.
I
Yeah,
was,
yeah,
because
yeah.
when I pause, I'm calculating some shit in my head.
You want to
I'm
be
trying
like,
to erase some
bitch,
shit. I'm like,
use
wait,
your
okay, how do I
logic.
say this? How do I say? That's what I was about to say. I'm like, no, no. Not only do I know about Jesus, I know about several versions of Jesus because I was in Protestant church on Sunday.
hmm
Then went to Catholic school with a Roman Catholic church with a whole another fucking Bible, Monday through Friday. Then got tested in both places. Then got grown and learned about Baptist church is different than like talk to people from several different
Right.
Christian sects, and there's different things going on with the religion. So how you got like one God, but you got God remixed,
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
your version and his
Yeah.
version, and
Their
it don't make
version.
sense.
And yeah, not I've never understood it, but I can see how people get roped into it. Because it is something for people to lean on. It's something for them to actually, I guess, have faith in, even though, like I said, I don't know like how true any of it is, because it all seems like everybody's saying the same shit. It's just differently, like,
Most of the religions are saying the same thing.
right.
Just
So it's
differently.
like, so now what is this shit? We all gang members now? Why we can't just have one universal religion and that be that? But then it's like, it wouldn't work because those people don't believe what these people believe. Everybody's story starts a little the same or starts a little different, but it all ends the same. It's supposed to be some paradise we all go to. Like,
Yeah,
you know,
you get 100 versions
yeah.
and all that.
What the hell you
It's
gonna do
lit.
with 100 versions though? Like, you see how perverted life is? Like, why the hell do you get 100 versions when you die? Like, what the fuck are you gonna do with that? Like, that's so
Fucking
perverted.
forever. Fucking forever. I'm a fucking
That is
long
so
stroke.
fucking perverted.
Long stroke.
Oh my god, I can't believe it. I really can't. I never thought about that to this. Well,
But what if you bust quick? Like, what if you
right,
one of them bust quick niggas? Like, you disappointing 100 bitches now?
right. And what? And how is that like supposed to be? Like, that's
Christian. How is that Christian peacefulness?
so.
Or
So it's like you're supposed to be living lovely out here. It's like, yo, just walk the high life, and then when you die, you're gonna go to this paradise with 100 versions. Like,
that's part of your paradise.
man, give me a
Which says a lot about
microphone and some
that says a lot
tequila.
about the church in and of itself. Because
Right.
in my humble opinion, too many of the fucking churches ain't nothing but sex clubs that you pay to go to.
Hello. Yeah, because they be wilding in there.
They be wilding. I didn't want to go to church. Motherfucker trying to tell me I'm fucking terrible. Like church people, I'm just fucking terrible. Been condemned forever. I think
Yeah,
y'all
but
niggas
y'all be in
funny.
here
'Cause
sucking dick
have
in the
y'all
back
paid
pew.
attention to y'all though?
Right.
Worrying about who I fuck. You was fucking that other boy. I've been fucking. I love fucking. I love men. However, have you paid attention to what y'all be doing?
Yeah.
So when motherfucker would be trying to shake their finger at me, I'd be like, so. But what y'all doing? And then getting older, my ex was part of the church scene. He's telling me about this girl, that girl, this girl, that girl. What you mean? Why do you know how to suck dick well at 12?
That is crazy.
And
That is
they say he
insane.
was fast and he a hoe. He's attractive. He been attractive. He's still attractive. I'm a hoe. I'm attractive. I've been attractive. Hope to always be attractive. And we like the game of chasing. We like different people. Like that's just both of us
The game
together.
of the hunt.
So they
Right.
always condemned him. They always condemned him about fucking fast, settling down, X, Y, and Z. So he always felt some type of way. I felt some type of way because y'all beating me in the head about settling down X, Y, and Z. But as we're talking, the girls be trying to do shit with him that he not even on that page yet.
Mm.
Because once you start having relationships with the opposite sex, first you gotta convince a girl to like you.
Yep.
Then you gotta coordinate time to get to her
Right.
across town, sneak out your window at night. You gotta create private time. Now you gotta convince her to get somewhere even more private so y'all can go do touchy feely type things.
Yep.
Now when you get to it, y'all going like hop in the bed, pull the covers up, pull your clothes down, and feel around real quick. And you may or may not have had sex because you ain't even sure if you did the shit right
Right.
the first time that you do
I
it.
don't know what the fuck you doing.
All of this is like 16, 17, 18. When do you get to the point where oral sex gets introduced? That's later. That's much later. So why do you have 12-year-old girls asking, can they suck your dick?
That's crazy, yo.
But he's like 13, 14, and he was like, do what? Like that was too much. He was like, what? Do what?
He's like, yo, we ain't go that far yet.
He trying to feel titties and shit. Like
Right. All right, hold up, man. You going a little too fast when you speeding. Slow down. Slow the fuck
But
down.
that was common for him. The girls would come to him with these wild ass, adult ass requests.
That is insane.
And I was like, but baby, think about it. What age did you start having oral sex? And he was like, 19, 20, and I was like, okay, so how do we go to sucking dick and asking
Right.
at 12? And he was like, oh shit. He was like, I just thought about that. So
Yeah.
where does that come from? But all
Mm-hmm.
y'all are church kids.
Yep.
Church kids hanging out, going on trips on the weekend. There's like this whole church, uh, quiet like group of people. But this is the type of shit y'all do.
Yep.
And I was like, I don't want to go to church. Like y'all fucked up in there. If
But I
I'm
mean,
fucked up and I think y'all fucked up, I'm good where I
yeah,
am. Like,
because I mean that's what they say about a lot of the young girls in religions and shit. Like I'm not going to say or which religions because I don't want to be deemed as speaking bad. But a lot of young girls, like especially if their virginity is sacred to them, a lot of them start doing anal sex before they have regular sex. And I read an article that said, and I was like, what? Like who the fuck? How do y'all know this information? And it's like, kids now, especially with like social media, all of the information is there. Everybody's talking, and it's like it's sad and scary when you think about it because it's like y'all are fucking wilding. Like when I was before 15 or whatever, like I wasn't that wild out. I was like,
you trying to get the stinky pinky,
right,
or whatever the fuck you trying to get.
yeah,
Smell my finger. You
yeah,
trying to...
something light. You ain't trying to go wild out like all willy nilly. You're
with
like,
tricks and shit and techniques and all that.
because that should probably leave you traumatized. You be standing there in the corner looking like a cat that got thrown in the tub. You're like, fucking.
But where did you learn? Like with any child who's sexually,
Right.
where'd that come from?
Exactly. That's the other thing too. They're learning shit. I mean, the internet access is so wide open today that everything's at your fingertips, and it's like we already, discussed the creepy relatives or friends or family members, all of that shit. So it's like it all
But
ties.
back in the 70s, the 80s, and the 90s, there was no internet. So where
Right.
y'all get from?
But they was wilding back then. That was Uncle Touchy in them being a little
Ah,
extra.
ah.
Like the game ain't changed.
Uncle, stay away from him.
Yeah.
Uncle, don't let your baby get
Uncle
caught with
No
Uncle Touchy.
Uncle No. Just fucking the shit's fucked up out here, man. It's like, yeah, so but church, like religion is like the last place that should be on anybody's list of trying to quote unquote fix something, because under that roof it's all sorts of wild shit happening.
Come as you are. We don't turn nobody away. That may be the problem.
Exactly. Hello.
Maybe you should do an introductory course to religion. Did you stop your gambling problem? Did you stop beating your wife and your kids every night?
Like
Did
y'all need to give motherfuckers IQ tests. That's what there should be a test to go to certain churches or join certain
Are you
religions.
ready to turn them over a new leaf? You can come on in if you want to turn over a new leaf, but y'all bring the bullshit with you.
Like, and I get how people are like, well, religion is supposed to be accepting of. No, I don't know. Like, let's be real.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it shouldn't be accepting of, especially if you're going to, like, it's one thing to overlook shit. Right. But it's like, if somebody is not going to change their ways, then what's the fucking point of letting everybody in? If motherfucking can be like, oh, yeah, you know what? Sin today, you be forgiven tomorrow. Like, no, motherfucker. Like, if you, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and a sin is a sin.
That's all weird.
Right. None of it, those sins should be heavier than the other one. But, like, let's be real here. There's some shit that you could do.
Where's the
right? There's some sins or quote unquote sins is like
we've all sinned.
Yeah,
but I didn't do that.
I ain't do no watch. I ain't smoke no dope in public. Now that's a sin, but it's not a sin that you should crucify somebody for. But it's also other sins where it's like you should never do that, and the fact that you did do that,
your mother to death,
right?
With
like
a hammer,
you should be
give you $5,
right? You should be beat to death with a hammer, like eye for an eye. But nope, we can't do that because it's quote unquote inhumane. Who the fuck is making up these rules? Like all of this shit is stupid.
Enablers.
Yeah. Jesus Christ, man. Yeah.
Enablers.
Me and religion, we don't. It's not that I don't get along with it, and I respect people in their religion. I just don't understand it enough to really fully commit to one or the other. Like that's just me.
Stigma. Should there be a stigma attached to how people behave and the things people enable other people to do?
No, I don't think so.
Is there a stigma for us not choosing to not participate in places that allow too much weird shit to go on?
That's a good question. I mean, honestly, I don't think I would want to hang out in places where there's some weird shit going on, unless it's like not weird artistic shit, but like weird morality shit. Because I always tell people you got to draw the line in the sand. There's a morality, and then there's a personal line. Like personally, if you do some weird like artistic shit, if you want to do drugs, all right, that's fine. But morality, if you want to be hurting other people, touching people, doing things that is not right, it's just if you want to do that's fucked up, and you should be treated accordingly. Like I don't want to be associated with that, and you're not going to try to dress it up as you come over here, and if you pray and you walk this line, it's like come on now.
And charge me for it. You
That too.
charge me?
I ain't even get to that point. Yeah, the cover fee is like crazy, son. That shit is insane. And then now they putting ATMs in churches. I mean, I think the last time I was in the church, I saw an ATM, and it's crazy because the last time I was in the church,
the ones down south have like a gas station, dry cleaner.
That's crazy. Well, I mean, listen, dry cleaner makes sense though. Yeah, this is true.
But it's all tax free.
Listen, I remember one time I delivered mail in this one town, and there was a funeral home downstairs and a gun store upstairs. It was the craziest cross promotion shit I've ever seen in my life.
I was about to say, yeah, you got
that was the craziest shit ever. I was like, did I really just see what I saw? And I kept it moving, but I was like, that fucking weirded me out. But I get it, man. Listen, get your hustle on. I ain't mad at you. Just don't hurt nobody in the midst of it. And I feel like religion is they're just digging people's pockets to make them feel like if they come here and pray with them or give their life over to this, then all of their problems and their worries will be gone. And if you're taking your kid there because your kid doesn't like the fucking end of the bread, doesn't mean that there's something wrong with your kid. It means there's something wrong with you. What the fuck is normal? There's no such thing as normal. I hate that shit. No, just be normal. Bitch, I am normal. I'm me.
I feel like there's a stigma with not being religious when you're African American.
Oh, it is. You're going to hell. You didn't give your life to Jesus, you're going to hell. Like, all right, whatever, guys.
I got Pimp Daddy rolling up. I'd love to take you out, sister. Well, what church do you? Well, maybe we can go to church one Sunday. What church you praise at? I don't.
That's crazy.
Well, I go to church over here, so and so. So if you're looking for a home church, maybe you should come with me. No, I don't go to church.
Bitch, I'm not.
I don't. I said I don't go to church.
Now keep it the fuck moving.
And they look so shocked because that's part of your hustle. It's trying to relate to me on something that you think is important to me.
And now we can't scam you.
And lo and behold, I can be. Yeah, I don't give a fuck about that.
Yep. Motherfucker mad as shit.
You one of those women. Wow, yeah. Run, scurry.
Yeah, get the fuck out of here.
You're the type of person I don't want near me. Go away.
Yeah, and people don't understand that. They think they're going to try and change you and shit.
We all get our rants off?
Yeah, let's move along. I forgot I got a damn haircut, so I got to get out of here soon. Holy shit. I was over here just potting my life away. Yeah, so this week, what do you want to rant about? You want to talk about the fall of a lot of these black men, or yeah, I mean, listen, I'm not, though, as everybody knows, Diddy is in the news and his world is falling apart.
Did he do it? Not do it?
Yeah, did he do it? I don't know, but that's neither here nor there. The thing that I'm here to say is, I think it should be noted that Diddy clearly pissed off some really, really, really important people here. Now, I'm not putting on my...
he ain't go to church last Sunday.
He ain't pay his tithes. See, exactly. See, this is what happens. But with that being said, it's like I'm not putting on no tinfoil hat trying to say that it's conspiracy, because I do believe that if there was some weird shit going on, it's been going on for a long time. And there are people in power that have been keeping things under wraps so it doesn't affect him or whatever. And clearly you pissed off the wrong people, and now your whole world is coming crashing down. And the same thing with all of these other powerful black men, and everybody wants to say, "Oh, they're treating them differently because why didn't Weinstein?" Blah, blah. It's like, let's stop comparing apples to oranges. We know how black people are treated in this fucking country. It doesn't matter. Kanye West had the best quote ever. He said, "Even if you're in a Benz, you're still a nigga in a coupe," and it's like super true. And I don't think people understand that part. Oh shit! Hold on, my headphones dropped out. We there?
Oh,
all right.
There.
Yeah. But point being, people think that when black men get rich and successful, the moment that they start having their fall, that means that somebody's trying to take them out. It's like, no, they did some fucked up shit somewhere somehow.
They're doing the same shit as anybody else with money and fucking power.
Exactly. It's just that they're getting their nigga wake up call, because once again, one thing that we're learning through these last 2 episodes is a lot of this shit is learned behavior. No idea is new. None of these motherfuckers is doing anything that they weren't introduced to. Like, you don't wake up one day and be like, you know what, I want to have a freak off. Like, who the fuck does that?
I'm gonna sniff cocaine off a bitch ass.
Like, you obviously had to be somewhere and had to experience that to be like, you know what, I think I want to try that again. Because it's wild. And like, if anybody was hurt, like, there should be some repercussions for that. Like, I'm not going to act like, people should not have to pay for the shit that they've done. Now,
just because they made a bop.
Right.
They made a good bop.
Exactly.
And all's forgiven.
Yeah. And it's like, all shouldn't be forgiven. But you also shouldn't throw people away like trash, which is what our culture tends to do to our own people. Like, and I mean black and brown people. Like, we'll be so forgiving of every other race, but when it comes to our people and the shit that our people do, we tend to be like, oh yeah, they're fucking the scum of the scum and blah blah blah. But it's like, you go over here and kiss ass to the white man who got the same fucking charge, So I don't like that, but I'm not.
Or you throw away the victims and
that
celebrate the perps.
That too, because they did that with R. Kelly, right? That was the thing for a while with him. Like, up until recently, when people started taking this Me Too shit seriously, R. Kelly was able to just walk around here like nothing happened, and
they just trying to take away his legacy. They just trying to,
which is crazy because
what somebody on Twitter said, they out here trying to take away all of our black leaders.
First of all, Kelly's not a leader. The nigga cannot fucking read. I am tired of that shit. The nigga cannot read. How the fuck is he gonna be a leader?
Taking away all of our black leaders.
I don't care if he made all of our graduation songs.
Malcolm and Martin been dead a long fucking time.
Right.
What are you talking about?
Exactly. And rumor has it, Martin Luther King got taken out because of some side chick. But we ain't even going down that road right now. You know what I'm saying? That shit was beef between him and Jesse Jackson somehow. I don't know. That's what I heard. But point being, motherfucker R. Kelly, that shit was on video. Niggas was selling that shit.
What part of him should not be in jail? Like, where? Like, and it's I have an interest in this specifically. I need to do a little bit more research on it.
Okay.
The people who enable, deny in the face of facts.
Make a note of that.
We were talking about the video being out on the corner at the fucking DVD stand.
Yep.
In the fucking barbershop. At the fucking bar, playing other TV.
Child pornography.
Everybody fucking house. And I was talking to my homegirl. She's from Michigan. And everybody everywhere. People on Twitter was like, I'm in Jamaica and we had the fucking video.
Yeah, the shit was like, fucking worldwide.
In the UK, we had the fucking video.
It was global.
It was the beginning of the internet. I got it from, what's that shit? The first download shit, Napster. I got it from Napster, burnt it down. And it was just like, it was among porn. And then it was like the R. Kelly sex tape. So a lot of people saw it based on the R. Kelly sex tape.
Right.
You watched it. As you watched it, you got a sick ass feeling in your stomach because you just realized what the fuck you just saw.
Yeah, that was
sad. R. Kelly sex tape is a R. Kelly and somebody he's having sex with, in your mind, another adult.
Right. Until you watch it and you see, you're like, that's
wait,
not right.
She's biting her fingernails. She's sitting here like wiggling her toes. Like, the girl has like a a pigtail. What is
Yeah,
going on?
like the
That's a
hairstyle
kid.
is what gave it away. Like,
That's a kid.
yeah, it's like that was fucked up. Like, because the stills, I've never seen the actual video, but there were stills at one point, and it was like you could see, like, they didn't show that act, but you could see like the girl, and it was like, oh, that's fucked up. Like, you could clearly tell that was a little fucking girl, and it's like, so yeah, the guy is fucked up. Like, it doesn't take away from the fact that he made some great music, but he's a fucked up individual.
A great bop. Okay.
Yeah.
And like, okay. And
But he got to pay for the shit that he did. But like you said, they threw away threw away the victim and kind of praised him, which was like fucked up, because our whole culture was just like, oh, well, that was basically it. The word was, and it's like, I remember grown women watching that video. Like, it wasn't like it was just dudes. Like, everybody and their mama was watching and talking about the video. So it's like,
somebody was that R. Kelly. That could have been anybody. That could. First of all, we didn't have nobody had the ability to do all that weird shit with the video.
Come on, man. Like,
Second of all, that's him with the fucking braids and the surrounding part. I saw the video. It was a jacuzzi. Who has a jacuzzi in their fucking house, wherever the fuck that may be? Right. And on the far wall behind the jacuzzi, there were gold plaques in the wall.
Oh shit. Come on, man. If they put that shit in 4K today, they run it through like an AI thing or whatever, you're going to see every fucking name. Actually going to say Robert Sylvester Kelly, 10
Something
times
happened.
platinum.
He said, wait. And he picked up the remote controls for like cameras or something. And that shit like an iPad. And he was pressing some. Who is this person? That's not a regular person's house.
Fucking Batman?
That's not. This is a rich motherfucker who got a house with remote control cameras in this bitch, a jacuzzi inside part, and fucking gold plaques in the wall.
And he is
looking
sick.
like R. Kelly, but it's not. That don't mean it's R. Kelly. Look.
Right. Yeah. Nah, shit's crazy, man. Shit is it is insane. And like I said, I'm not gonna put on the tin hat and be like, oh, it's a conspiracy. It's like, no. We know how black people are treated in this country.
There's no need to stretch it.
Right. If you do something dirty, guess what? They're going to drag your name through the mud 10 times worse. And so let's stop sitting here acting like this isn't what it is. The motherfucker been foul. There's been rumors out there for decades. It's like, so let's not act like this is some new shit. Like, listen, your fucking favorite uncle's a creep too, but it doesn't mean that it's not your uncle, or he wasn't your favorite, or you could still call him your favorite, but he's still a creep and he still need to go somewhere. Like, clear. Hello, ta-da. Like, it doesn't get any more simpler than that. But people love to sit out here and create these think pieces, and you can't
make excuses and then want you want the violation to not exist while also making excuses for people causing it.
It's like, listen, if you want to play the person's music, that's fine. But just understand what comes with it. You might get some side eyes. Like, like nobody's going to claim that you're a fucking pederast because you like to listen to I Believe I Can Fly. But you just have to understand what comes with that. People going to look at you a little weird. Like, all right, buddy, you really going to play that right now? Like, what we doing? So, yeah, with that being said, man, I don't know. Y'all got to just understand it. The fucking world's fucked up, and people got skeletons in their closet, and depending on who knows your business, you better not piss nobody off. Oh, excuse me.
We gonna know your business.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about your trauma at least. Shit, you're exposing our shit over here. I think they're gonna commit me by the time this podcast come out, because I done sounded schizophrenic, fucking bipolar, and everything. One episode. Look at that.
You told your business. You ain't supposed to tell your business.
Not.
Because people find out about your business, they're going to use your business.
They're going to put your business all in the street. Motherfucker. But, yeah. So I think that's it, right? Episode 2, In the Tank, Potting Through Trauma.
I give up.
Want to thank y'all again for joining us. And like I said, we're trying to expand the conversation. Tracy, you got anything you want to close out with before I close us?
Just make sure to not let your kids in the back with Uncle Touchy.
Yeah, stay away from Uncle Touchy, for real. That's a fact. But yeah, so with that being said, don't be afraid to have uncomfortable conversations. Like, that's That's the whole model that we're pushing. Have real conversations, unpack the shit. Don't just be saying shit to be trolling motherfuckers because you think it's cool. Like, that shit's not cool. It's like, it just makes you look ignorant and like you're just talking for engagement, which
You're a weirdo.
Yeah, you shouldn't be talking for engagement. You should be talking to expand the conversation. If you ain't
Talk
got
'cause you're smart.
Yeah.
You talk because you're smart, not because you're stupid.
Exactly. Or just don't talk at all. I don't know. But if you are going to talk, have something of substance to say. Okay? Like, because clearly you motherfuckers don't have shit to say and you just out here tweeting for engagement. But once again, have the real talks. If you ain't got nothing nice to say,
shut the fuck up forever.
And we're out of here.
Out.
Peace, 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 motherfuckers.
I got it.